experienced the worst inhumanity in working with Doctors Without Borders in places such as Dagestan, Chechnya, Afghanistan, Sierra Leone, Colombia, and the worst place probably in the world, the Democratic Republic of Congo. He's dedicated his career to humanitarian and international development, and in recognition of this work, James was the winner of Canada's Top 40 Under 40 Award, which is awarded to the person who demonstrates vision, leadership, innovation, and achievement, impact, community involvement, contribution, and strategy for growth, all before the age of 40. James has taught in the International Development Program at Humber, and he's lectured at the University of Toronto and University of Ryerson. He's the co-founder of Dignitas International along with James Robinski. James' achievements continue to grow with the groundbreaking work that's done by Dignitas and the positive impact it is bringing to thousands of lives in Africa who suffer, for people who suffer with HIV and related diseases. If not a hero, in some sense, he is certainly the highest example of what we can all aspire to in humanitarian action in the world.
In 2002 and 2003, there was no access yet in the developing world. And so over 2 million people were dying every year because they didn't have access to medicine. But the way that they were dying, and still continues today, is that families give up. They have few resources, they don't have a lot of money, they don't have enough food for their family. So a lot of people would actually be dying in the back of their huts, not being fed by their family, and just dying. And that's where the word, the idea, the name of Dignitas comes from. It comes from the idea of dignity, human dignity. And so what we decided to do was that instead of turning away from these millions of people in the developing world who are dying from it, not only from HIV, but from TB, from malaria, from other diseases, instead of turning away from them the way that I turned away from that woman on the side of the road, instead we decided to turn towards suffering, towards this injustice that's happening even today, and trying to figure out if we can come together as a small group of people, what kind of change could we have?
Africa is a continent that captures your heart in a moment and can break it just as easy. But if you're looking for a place to reach within and embrace humanity, Africa is definitely that place. 6 years ago, around the same time, in this gym, we shared a story about the HIV orphans of Colombia and the courage of those children as they struggled in their lives. Since that time, the story has been carried to Portal West, to Portal High School, and to schools throughout our school board. And students in all of those schools have decided to make a difference in the lives of these children. And you raised funds, and you brought hope. We see that hope that you brought to these children in their eyes and in their asantes. Thank you, Swahili, when we go each year to Africa. Mr. Kawzenuk and I want to thank you for all of the efforts that you made. The Dalai Lama states that there's no such thing as heroes in our world, especially when it comes to humanitarian actions. Only examples. Examples of what we all can be when we choose to make a difference in the lives of someone else. So, no heroes, only examples. The students here today, if not heroes, are certainly examples of what young people are doing in setting the example and being the change that they want to see in the world by bringing hope to the orphans of Africa in Tanzania and Malawi. Canada has been blessed with people who exemplify the best that humanity has to offer. Lieutenant Governor Romeo Dallaire, Stephen Lewis, James Orbinski, and our today's speaker, James Fraser.
Part of Dignitas, however, is not just about medicine and research. It's also about us. When we started Dignitas, we were very clear that a lot of people around us, whether they were students or whoever it was, they would say things like, oh, HIV is so big, there's nothing we can do, so I'm not even going to think about it. HIV, how can we actually have an impact? So they would turn away. So Dignitas became a hook. It became a platform for you, for people like you, students. We have these wisdom groups, which are people who retired and they want to participate. And basically, it's to give people a platform, to give them credibility when they go out in the world and they say, you know what, this is wrong, and there's something that we can do about it. And I'm part of this bigger group called Dignitas. And it's working. We're only 7 years in, and it's working. We have these groups called Dignitas Youth. I hope one day we can start a Dignitas Youth group here at this university. I'm saying university because they come many of you there are. It's incredible. But the idea is that together with your school, with a number of other schools, with 13 different universities, that coming together, we can continue to try and make the kind of impact that we've already made.
Worldwide, 925 million people are hungry. Every day, as many as 11,000 children under the age of 5 die due to hunger-related causes. That's one kid every 8 seconds. The fast gives the students a chance to do something about it. By doing the 30-hour fast, you're going with no food for 30 hours and experiencing what other people all over the world are experiencing.
So from her health passport, I look up at her, and there's this woman with a baby in her arm, big smile on her face, laughing. And she was quite plump now, so she gained a lot of weight, and she looked really, really healthy. And it really dawned on me, in that moment, like, this is worth the effort. This is worth everything, all of the energy, all of the struggles that everybody's put into getting Dignitas off the ground. Just seeing that woman like that, it's really, that is the result of our work. Then she kind of leans forward. When we're sitting there, she leans forward, and the look on her face changes completely. So it goes from laughing and joking around to a really, really serious look, and she's leaning forward. And she asks me, why are you here? And I didn't really know what she meant. So I was like, what do you mean? She goes, look, why is somebody from North America, she actually said, why is somebody from the United States, but I'm not from the United States, here? Why are you here? Why are you here to help me? Why are you here to help my community? And I took a moment to think about it. And then I answered her, and I said, it's because there are many, many people where I come from, in Canada, that care about you, that believe that your life is as important as anybody else's life. And that we've come together to actually be able to do this work and work with your community to bring services here. What she did at that moment was she paused, she leaned back against the brick wall, and she got this huge smile that opened up across her face. And she was staring at me in the eyes, and she didn't talk for like a minute, and I didn't talk for like a minute. We just stared at each other. And even though I was a man and she was a woman, I was from Canada, she was from Africa, I was well educated, she had little education, I was rich, she was poor. If you wanted to separate us in every possible way, we were at extreme ends of what being human could be. Yet we shared this bond for a minute. And that was the most important moment of my life. The fact that it doesn't matter who we are, it doesn't matter where we are in the world, we can connect and we can acknowledge each other as human beings, and we can work together to really make this world a better place. And when I was talking to her, when I told her that it was people here in North America that came together, I was talking about you. I was talking about you as individuals, I was talking about you as groups. And the message that I want to leave you with is that if only you could understand the power that you have as human beings, as individuals. A lot of Canadians, especially Canadians, they wait for permission. They wait for, they wait for things to happen around them. And what I want to leave you with is that if you feel that you need to do something, that there's an injustice that you want to right, if there's a job you want to go after, if there's a degree you want to get, if there's anything that you want, really the power is in your hand, and you can do it. You just need to believe in yourself and really not wait for permission. So I'm going to leave it at that.
It only costs $30 to participate. But think about it. That $30 is going a long way to help hungry children in Africa. You can raise the money and even raise more than $30. However, the minimum to do the fast is obviously $30. However, don't just go ask your parents for the money. Try going door to door fundraising and spread the word about the fast. By participating in the 30-hour fast, you get 12 volunteer hours. Events are held at places that includes Gym 8B, where the movies and some activities will take place, to the music room where you can just jam out and sing, to the math classrooms where video game tournaments are held, the Gym C where sports marathon will take place, as well as in the cafeteria where games like Minute to Win are being held. However, upstairs in the History Hall, there will be a haunted house, and it's definitely a must-see.